So in today's IRS train wreck of the week, we're going to talk about a pretty interesting case. I think this case lasted about 3 years, and it started with the gentleman, the husband in this case, was a truck driver. He was an over-the-road truck driver, and he grossed a lot of money. You know, probably $500,000-$600,000 a year. But truckers work really, really hard, and he had to pay all of his costs out of that, out of that money. And so when he netted it down, he was just living barely hand to mouth. So what happened in this case was one of the issuers of the 1099s that he received accidentally, inadvertently issued 2 1099s to him for 6 figures each. So one was like, say, $300,000, and one was like $300,085. I mean, literally, they were that close. And it was really obvious that it was just a situation where the second one was the higher, and so it was supposed to be a corrected 1099, but we could never unravel it. We couldn't get the issuer to, retract one because most likely they had written off double, on their taxes. And so what we had to do ultimately is...
I can't even believe they can get away with that, really.
Yeah, it's really hard to unravel. So ultimately what happened is the IRS issued what's called a notice of deficiency, which is a scary looking letter that says you've been audited and now you owe us, in this case, another $100,000. But with a notice of deficiency, you get the right to file a tax court petition. So that's what we did, is we filed a tax court petition where we basically sued the IRS saying, nuh-uh, prove it. And so this was really cool. Usually these cases last for, a year or two, where there's a lot of back and forth between me and IRS appeals or me and IRS counsel, where there's a lot of negotiation and stuff happening. And frankly, in most tax court cases, we kind of split the baby and we kind of work out a deal. In this case, it was really, really cool. There's some vindication. In the shortest tax court case in the history of the world, I don't know, like a couple weeks after filing the petition, I immediately got a phone call from IRS counsel. He conceded, he stipulated, we win, it's over. He's like, I can look at it, obviously, it's obviously a mistake. And that kind of common sense is not that common in the government. So that was that was a really cool part of the case. But there was still $49,000 left for these taxpayers. So I saved them about $100 there, potentially $100 there, but they still had about $49,000 left over. Just this Monday, we got the letter that the IRS settled that case for $1,452.